Hey guys, this is part 2 of our Slender Man investigation. Today I'll be going back during the day to look for signs of Bigfoot, look for some tree structures, some tree bends, footprints or anything like that. I'm also going to be looking for signs of so-called Slender Man. If you haven't seen part 1, please go watch part 1. This is the daytime investigation follow-up video for that. We did have some luck, we did have some possible sightings, and we did have some interesting things happen, but I'm not satisfied with that. I want to go back and look and see what we saw last night, and I want to see if I can find any proof of possibly what I saw. Maybe a footprint, maybe some tree structures, anything that shows signs of Bigfoots, because I did have 2 possible sightings. Unfortunately, with the camera that I was wearing, a little GoPro, it does not see in night vision, but it does see pretty far. And the whole idea of wearing that was just to be able to capture anything that basically I was seeing, and maybe if there was a tree knock or whatever, be able to experience it where you guys can see what I was seeing. So I am going to take the GoPro back today. I'm going to use that to walk around in the woods and see what I can find. So this is basically my investigation for the daytime. I'm not going to give out the location because we are still actively investigating this location. This is not the end of this investigation. It's actually just the beginning. So you guys are witnessing what we are as we start into this investigation, whether we should go back or not or whatever. After last night, I am just interested in finding out if I can find more. So if I have a good investigation during the day here, I'll definitely set up more expeditions back to this location and see if we can get some wood knocks or anything else that we didn't get the last night or today. I don't know if I'm going to experience anything today. Bear with me, that's a little Miss Tink over here. She's hanging out with me on my desk. So anyways, so we'll definitely be going back to this location probably in the future, maybe doing an expedition, but this is just our scouting, our going out there to see if we could actually see Slender Man or find any Bigfoot evidence or anything like that, that we can follow up on the reports and see what, if anything, was going on. So I'm going to set out here. It's been pouring rain all day, so in that area it's been raining hard too. I'm probably going to drive through some rain getting there, so I'm going to get down there and see if I can find any way to get down to the area I did before safely. Alright guys, so as I walk through these trails, I'm not going to walk through this. You can see over there that big tall tree has a branch already sitting next to it. Oh, it's starting to rain again. And then there's a lot of trees, like this one's just been snapped off way up high. And you look around, some of this is just deadfall, but other things are interesting too. Like here, see this tree, the top of this tree here? It's been bent over. This looks like somebody started to bend it over too. There's a tree branch bent over. There it looks like there's a tree that's bent over there behind the one that's bent this way. And if you kind of look off in the distance, a lot of these trees are just kind of bent over. There's Colorado River. Don't want to give away my location, but so again, another tree that's been bent over. This looks like it crested this morning. Or just a little rain came through here. This may not be the safest place to be. It's super muddy. This all looks like these were all washed out in the mud and muck when the debris came down. But we were here the other night, and I just wanted to give everything a second look, because supposedly Slender Man as seen down here. And when we were last here as well, I saw a silhouette of something, and it looked like it had fur. It was probably about my build, about 6'2", 6'3", and it basically was just standing in between the trees. And as I stood there and looked at it, it looked at me, and I think I glanced down or something, and it was gone. I did have this GoPro on. I do have a little light attached to it. That's pretty bright. It's about 500, 600 lumens, but unfortunately it was about 20 or 30 feet away, and it couldn't see it. So I'm going to review that video again, but I'm pretty sure it's dark. I might be able to lighten it, but we'll see. So anyways, I'm down here, and we saw some interesting things the last time we were here, like I said, and I'm just coming back down here to basically look for anything I can find that might, whoa, I think I just found something that might be Bigfoot related. It is super muddy out here. Wow. This looks like human tracks. These look like shoes. Somebody's been walking through the mud here. But look at that. That is super interesting. Look at that. That's been bent over. This has all been bent over. And the branches have all kind of been pulled back. Looks like they've been bent back. And look at back there. All those branches are just kind of interwoven. And it looks like something may have been laying under here. Something could have been laying right here. Looks like there's a spot for a head back there. I don't want to walk through this muck because I'll just sink right into it. This stuff's super soft right now. But yeah, I mean, that could definitely be a place where something hunkered down for tonight. Especially if it's just raining so hard. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. I'll look and see if I can find anything else that's interesting. Okay, so I just walked off the path. This is an area that has been well traveled. You can see something's been walking through here. Wow. And this is pretty relatively dry. This isn't wet at all. This is totally dry here. That's really interesting. Be a good place for something to just lay down, take a nap, or go to sleep, or kind of hide from people. But what I'm noticing is over here, I don't want to get too close to that stuff, because this stuff is just as soft can be. Look at that. That completely looks like a tree structure. Right there. That looks like something could go in there and hide, and no one there knows it's there. I don't see any tracks here. I'm not, ooh. Okay, that's like liquid sludge. As you can see, it's kind of swampy over here. But for a Bigfoot, they wouldn't care. They could go in there and hide. Or even up in there, they could totally hide. Whoa, this stuff is just really mucky. Okay guys, I think I just found a Bigfoot print. Check this out. Heel, mid-torso break, ball of the foot, toe, 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 and maybe another toe here. So, just for comparison, I have a size 13 wide. That's pretty close to my foot, but you can see my track right there. Here's my track. It comes in like this, and basically doesn't come in. There's no break right here. That looks like something stepped there. You can totally clearly see the toes. So that's probably about a 13-inch print. It must have stepped on here and realized that this isn't a good spot to step, and maybe step somewhere out here for its next step. Actually, okay, so What is this pole at right now? Like 4 feet? So here's the next step. Right about here. It stepped here. I can see toe, 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 toe. And, you know, the heel's somewhere back here. It snapped this. Yeah, it looks like something stepped right here. And then there's the next print. Right there. I can see toe, 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 toe. And I can see the same formation. It went that way. It walked there, maybe stepped there, and then just continued on. I don't know where it stepped on the path, but it clearly stepped there, and then essentially stepped out here, where that print went, here, and then stepped there, and then stepped there, and then stepped there, and continue off that direction. Wow, cool find. So I'm pretty sure I just found some tracks. They're not worth casting because they're so shallow, it wouldn't stick anyways. But if I find something I can cast, I'll definitely stop and cast it. I think something's flanking me. I think something's over there. I think it just went behind that crap up there. Just beyond this tree, there's more like shrubs and crap. I think it just went there. It's real close to the road. I think something just went to my left. Alright, I'm going to keep this on for a second or two. Apologize, I'm looking down. I gotta watch where I'm walking. And I'm also looking for more prints. I think this whole area, you can see, it's just a swamp. I think this area basically flooded this morning. I don't want to get too far down in here because I gotta walk all the way back. It's just a regular shoe print. Yeah, a couple of people have probably been down here. I'm finding shoe prints everywhere. I went through a torrential rainstorm to get up here. And I think it's probably going to start raining here pretty good in just a few minutes. So unfortunately, I may have to head back. It's starting to rain again. We've just got a severe thunderstorm warning. So I might have to head back towards the car here in a minute. I'll probably take the other path. Smell a really bad smell. It smells like a cross between a skunk and like a wet dog. Nasty smell. And that's what Bigfoot smell like, supposedly. I've smelled them before. And yeah, now it's gone. Okay guys, look at this. This is all freshly matted down. This is a clearing where basically there's nothing really gets that wet. It's not just here, it's over there too. This has not been matted down. This is actually just fine. But look over here. Up and laid down in there. Now that could have just been deer, but something big laid down in that area there, and over also in here. If I wasn't afraid of getting ticks on me, I would go lay down in that. But look at that. Here's a place where branches are growing over. It's basically keeping most of this area dry. And there's a place where something looks like something laid down there, and in there, and under there. This is all freshly matted down. Most of the stuff is kind of greenish. Well, I'm not saying it's a Bigfoot, but something laid down in there, possibly. Check this out. This is fresh. Something went in here and probably laid down back in the back over there somewhere. This is all but recently been stomped down. Again, another place to get out of the rain and stay dry. Maybe it just stood there or walked there. You can see where it's all matted down. And what's interesting is it's all kind of in a line. all the way back there. And then it looks like maybe something laid down over here. And maybe even back there. So I'm heading back up a different path this time. Maybe we'll see some more cool things. We didn't make it this far last time, so this is all completely new territory that we have not researched yet. Alright. So I'm going to walk back this path and just see if I see anything. Okay guys, well that wraps up our scouting at that location. We definitely experienced a lot, probably enough for us to want to go back again. I think we're definitely going to be researching that location in the future and bringing you guys more content and more shows from there. I would like to do a 2-night investigation there with all the evidence we picked up, not only of just Bigfoot, but of possible UFO activity. That was really cool, seeing those 4 lights appear in that horseshoe-shaped pattern up in the sky. And it wasn't just up in the sky, it was way up there. It was up by the stars. So, not sure what that was. Never seen anything like that. Would like to investigate that more. As far as the Bigfoot activity went, I mean, we experienced, I saw possibly 2 or 3 Bigfoots down there. Unfortunately, the camera didn't pick it up. Even though I tried to lighten up enough to see it, it was too grainy and it doesn't prove anything. So in the future we'll have more gear, more technology, we'll have more people probably, and we'll go back down there and do further research, probably spend a couple nights down there and really hit that place hard. Again, this was just a scout, but I figured you guys would enjoy it because we did pick up some cool evidence. The footprint in the mud there was awesome. That was fresh. I mean, that thing must have just come through there right before I got down there. What you didn't see was when I came down the path, the only path I could get down because everything else was blocked off because of the heavy rains and the flooding that was going on. I couldn't get down into there except for at another location down the way. And I found this tree pushed down over the whole trail. I believe it probably just fell, but what's interesting about it is when I came back, there actually was a spot where something had lit a tree through the other side of the downed tree, blocking my way through. And I know there was nobody else behind me. I know no one else was there. So what did that? That's an interesting thing. That's happened to me before where something's been pulled across a trail, a branch, or a log, or something to block my path. And it's all been in Bigfoot territory. So these are just my wrapping up my thoughts. Definitely looks like a Bigfoot area. The 2 that I did see were only about my size, my height, my width. So juveniles maybe young ones. And where there's younger ones, there's usually some older ones. So in the future, we'll be hitting that place hard and seeing if we can get any kind of activity from there again. And we'll see you on the next one.